So I'm sure you all know my name is Adriana, and for my 2010 project, this was kind of my vegetable conjecture. So a little background is I love meat as much as everyone else does, but people have been on the craze of, sure, like Tumblr, Instagram, of like vegan or vegetarian, or I know people for like religious reasons go vegetarian or vegan. So I wanted to kind of experience that for myself. So, okay. So actually, technically speaking, vegans save almost 50% more carbon emissions, which is more than driving a Prius. So, give or take. Another thing is veganism isn't actually such a scary thing. Nobel Prize winner Elizabeth Blackburn actually found that a vegan diet caused 500 genes to change over the course of 3 months. Now, these genes might have been simple as just like digesting bacteria, or maybe the ones that are used more for meat are not as dominant, I guess. But it also turned off genes that caused cancer, heart disease, and other illnesses. So my idea is I decided that I would go full vegan for a month. Now, this was right in the middle of the hardest part of school, like this December area, which, of course, there's like Christmas and like all that wonderful food that I had to go without. But it was actually a really cool idea, and I actually really ended up enjoying it. So, of course, to kind of document all my ideas, I decided to make a blog about my journey. About halfway after my project, I couldn't stop there with just doing, vegetarian stuff. It's like, I'm done. Now what? I decided to go a little bit deeper into researching vegetarianism and veganism and look at the benefits of it, products that are vegan, things from like hair dye to shampoos to clothing that's actually considered vegan. So, veganism and eating more vegetables is actually amazing for you. Over half of the teenage population doesn't get enough fruits and vegetables every day to, according to the daily recommended amount. One of the most amazing cases and one of the most popular cases of how veganism and vegetarianism kind of affects everyone is with the UK beauty pageant contestant Rachel Crawley. As you can see, this first picture shows she actually had pretty severe cases of acne from her young teenage life to about her mid-20s because she completely switched from just a regular diet into eating more fruits and vegetables. You can see the effects of after just 7 weeks, her acne almost completely cleared up. You can only see a couple of minor scars on her face. The other thing is it reduces your intake of saturated fats while increasing your intake of fruits, so that way it has the potential to reduce all these extra diseases that are actually pretty popular because of the American diet. So, why veganism? I know a lot of people have this kind of stigma or see veganism as, the hipster thing to do nowadays, but there are a bunch of statistics and numbers that suggest that veganism is actually a pretty good idea. One of the things that really stood out to me were the facts that approximately 1,850 gallons of water are needed to produce a single pound of beef. The same idea under that is over 500,000 animals are killed every hour in the US just for their meat. It's the idea that this huge number of resources that are going to our food, and some of it isn't even going to us. Like, this water could be used for us. I also liked the idea that over 39 gallons of water are needed to produce a pound of vegetables over, of course, the 18,500 number of gallons of water that are needed. This number is such a huge contrast, it's crazy to me. Vegetarianism could help us save so much water. Okay. So I guess as kind of my last final thing, if you would love to visit my blog, that would be awesome. I have a bunch of posts on it. I really enjoyed my 2010 project. Of course, there were a bunch of setbacks. I emailed over 20 plus vegan bloggers. I talked to a couple other restaurants, and none of them ended up getting back to me, so that's where I kind of had to take a detour and kind of start doing my own kind of research to make up for the time that I wouldn't have been using properly. I'm considered a flexi vegan now, so if vegan options are not available, I will eat meat, but I've noticed I feel more energetic, my skin feels a lot clearer without the need for products, and it's a better way to live, in my opinion. Questions?